Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. My name is Harmon. Today's video is all about actress Dominique Dunne, a Poltergeist actress who was murdered by her boyfriend John Sweeney. In this video I'm going to show you the house where Dominique was killed at and then show you her grave. Now, Dominique was not the only Poltergeist actress who died. I'm sure all of you, or most of you, are aware that another Poltergeist actress named Heather O'Rourke also died shortly after the completion of filming. So 22-year-old Dominique Dunne met her boyfriend John Thomas Sweeney at a party in 1981. John was a sous chef at a restaurant called Ma Maison, I believe is how you pronounce it, and quickly started a relationship and ended up moving in together. The relationship did not go very well. John was completely obsessive or possessive of her, super jealous, and of course extremely abusive. On several occasions, one in August of 1982, not that long before she was killed, they had an argument and John grabbed huge chunks of her hair out. And then on a different occasion in September of 1982, John actually got on top of her and choked her. So the same night that John attempted to kill Dominique by nearly choking her to death, I guess he either fell asleep or was distracted, but she went to the bathroom and then she was able to climb out the window in order to try to escape. However, John heard her start the car outside, and so he actually went outside and jumped on the hood of the car trying to stop her. Eventually he got off and she was able to drive away. And again, that was 2 months before he actually ended up killing her. So after Dominique was nearly killed on that last altercation, she of course ended the relationship with John and changed the locks on the house that they shared, kicked him out, and of course told him that she did not want to see him. However, about a month later, October 30th, 1982, Dominique was home here and she was rehearsing for some scenes with an actor named David Packer. And she was on the phone with a friend when John Sweeney was able to get in touch with the operator and try to talk to her through the phone. It wasn't really working, so he ended up coming to the house here that they formerly shared together. He knocked on the door many times trying to get her to answer the door, tried talking to her through the door, and eventually she decided that she would talk to him outside. And that is when a big argument erupted, and again he ended up knocking her down and strangling her to death. Now the actor friend who was inside called police. Police arrived. John Sweeney had his hands up in the air and said, "It was me, I did it. I think I just killed my girlfriend." Dominique was rushed to the hospital where she was basically put on life support for 4 days. And so officially she passed away on November 4th, 1982, although the attack happened, 4 days prior. All right, guys, so the house is going to be up here to the left. I just walked right by it accidentally. It's this house right here. Now, again, John killed her basically right out front, pretty much in this little garden area. Now again, that was 40 years ago, so things have probably changed dramatically. This is probably a completely remodeled house, I'm guessing. But anyways, it happened right here in front. So anyway, a sad ending for, again, another young actress, 22 years old. She was in, of course, Poltergeist. That is kind of what she's known for. She was in a couple episodes of the TV show Chips. And again, she was in the middle of making a TV show called V, I believe it's called. So of course, John Sweeney was arrested for the murder and trial. He claimed that it was like an accident. He stated that he was under the impression that they were going to get back together and that Dominique told him that. And then she told him that, "No, I was just kidding. I was just playing with you, we're not going to get back together. And so, because quote unquote that is what he thought she said, in a fit of anger he strangled her. It looks like the jurors bought that theory, as instead of charging him with first-degree murder, they ended up charging him with voluntary manslaughter, which again is probably one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard. Instead of first-degree murder, they charge him with voluntary manslaughter. It's like a slap in the face to the family. So anyway, so that's what they charged him with. There potentially might have been a plea deal, which is another reason why it maybe got reduced down. But either way, his sentence was only 6.5 years in prison for killing Dominique. And on top of that, it says that he only served 3 out of those 6.5 years. He was released, of course, I believe in 1986, and Dominique's father actually hired a private investigator to kind of follow him around. Again, he was so upset, which again, I would be just as upset. Anyway, so he hired a private investigator, and doing that, they actually got him fired from another chef job. People like stood out front with flyers stating something to the effect of like, the food that is being cooked is being prepared by the guy who killed Dominique Dunne. And so he got fired from that job. Again, this was nearly 40 years ago. So at this point, I mean, who knows? You know, John would be, I think, in his 70s or something at this point, give or take. So yeah, who knows where he's living or what he's doing now, but I really hope he's living with the guilt of how he killed innocent young lady who, again, was doing nothing to him. She didn't deserve that. All right, guys, so I'm here now at the Westwood Village Memorial Park. This is where Dominique Dunne, as well as other celebrities like Marilyn Monroe, Farrah Fawcett, again, Heather O'Rourke, the other Poltergeist actress, and many other celebrities are buried here, Bob Crane, etc. So again, it's a pretty small cemetery, but it's absolutely breathtaking. There's just so many flowers and palm trees, and it's just such a beautiful environment. Bob Crane and Heather O'Rourke, those are going to be on separate videos, so keep an eye out for those videos. Again, my name's Harmon. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. Stay safe. And of course, rest in peace to Dominique Dunne.